Dude, put your dick away.
I have a genus. I have a genus.
You want to be a man so bad.
And you're mad.
Right.
Oh, there's zoomies out.
Hella zoomies, dude.
Bizzuuu!
Gucci flip flops, fucking hit your bitch in my socks. This a big watch, diamonds dripping off for the clock.
Welcome back, y'all.
To the second episode of the Woke Podcast.
Exactly. Thank you guys for watching our first pod. This is our second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the love that y'all showed was so touching. Thank you guys for wanting to listen to us, and we will be here every week to put more nonsense on your page and more sense in your head. Thank you.
Snaps, babe, snaps.
Right.
Okay, check in. How are you feeling?
Well, what's today?
It's October 3rd,
Mm-hmm.
which means it has been 174 days of being celibate.
Oh, yes! Oh my God, cobwebs!
Come on, let's go outside.
Go outside for what?
We're gonna fight.
That's okay.
Girl, bye! What the?
Anyway, how has your week been? Generally.
Generally. It's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing much. I'm sick right now, so I have lozenges.
Oh.
Girl, what?
You're sick.
So, like, whenever people see me, like, going like this, just know it's because I have boogers, not because I do coke. I'm sorry. And I have a septum. Like, girl.
Right.
It
I
gets
feel
stuff out
like,
here.
and honestly, that's a good disclaimer because I feel like we could be perceived as having like a coked out personality, but I swear we're not. So
Get up on your good pal.
Yeah. Anyway, glad your week has been good. Hopefully your sickness heals soon.
Thanks.
My week has been very much the same, very much kind of like I'm just like here. Earlier this week though, we were stressing out over our first episode. So yeah. But it's up there and y'all loved it, so that's all that matters.
Also, we talk about like updates like as if we don't see each other every day. Like, I know how his week has been.
Right. That's why when we say there's nothing, because we know everything already.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to include that these two artworks are from two Palestinian events that I've gone to. This one was back in last December, and that was really cool. That was an SF. This one was also an SF. This was recent. That was like a month ago.
No, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at this Palestinian event for like fundraising money for Gaza. And it was really cool because we got to see our friend and we got to be with like community. So
Such
I think
a beautiful event.
I know, it was so beautiful. I feel like that was such a grounding moment to know, like, you know, like as a community, as a collective, like we can make change.
Exactly. And there's still joy. Like I think it's also a happy reminder that like this is a horrible thing that's happening, but it's like there's a community aspect behind it that holds it like together, which is really nice to see, like firsthand.
Yeah. I think I read a book about like radical joy. And,
parties are radical.
Yeah, exactly. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Holla. Y'all have been we should have honestly like teased this moment because like we're sad, right? This second episode is about our crashouts.
Our worst.
Our worst crashouts.
Worst crashouts.
And that just goes to show that these regular crashouts happen a lot. These are just like the worst ones of the many.
Also, we didn't mention in the other podcast, the first podcast, we're both Aries.
Oh, we didn't talk about that?
No.
Aries sun, Taurus moon, Leo rising, which if you know me, that makes a lot of sense. because I am definitely an Aries in terms of like kind of having like an aggressive personality, but then also I am stubborn and love like glamorous, luxurious things as fuck. And that's why I'm a Taurus moon. And then my Leo is my pride and like my ego. And I'm like, yeah, girl, like every mirror I walk past, I will look at it.
And Shane has a mirror face.
I do. I'm not gonna do it, but if
If
you know, you know.
It's twin them. Good motherfucking vibes only. Super good vibes only.
Big three.
Oh, big three. Aries sun, Scorpio moon, and a Gemini rising. Same.
So she crashes out.
I crash out like weekly, yeah.
It's
Anyways,
such a beautiful combo.
honestly, I've grown to like it. At first, I was like, bruh. Because I don't like Scorpios.
I don't either. They scare me.
But we love our Scorpio viewers. Like and subscribe.
Thank you. Pay for the Patreon.
No, like, yeah.
Yeah, but hella the worst crash outs. And I feel like honestly, as people who are like maybe royalty in crashing out, I think like we have a very good judge of like what was like a valid crash out and what was like a crazy crash out. And this is like a bit of both.
Yeah.
But I think every single time I've crashed out, I've had a valid reason for doing so.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's when we're going to get into our most recent crash out. Which, if you were awake from 2 in the morning on September 19th, I don't remember the exact date.
Okay, around that time.
Around that time, from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m., you saw me crash out on it, and you were on Instagram.
With the Rio de Janeiro filter, mind you, the rainbow background. I wake up at like 9 in the morning to 1,000 texts. I'm freaking the fuck out right now. The voice memos. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even remember. Okay. You're crashing out, right? I was sleeping. My boyfriend wakes me up early, and he's like, Shane, don't check your phone. And I'm like, why? He's like, I just saw a text message come on your phone. Don't check it. He's like, what will make you feel really good in this moment? And I was like, coffee. So then he went down the stairs to make me a coffee. Then he came back and he's like, okay, like you can read it. I opened my phone to a PR crisis. Like message after message after message. I saw screenshots. I was scared. I was, what? And I started crashing out. I immediately crashed out.
Yeah, as fuck. But we need to preface this on the beginning of the story.
Yeah, okay. So one of our friends' ex crazy roommate, like genuinely insane. Right. We were still like mutuals with them on Instagram or whatever. So like it was cutesy, it was like vibey. But then this person was claiming like online to be like an ally of like the Palestinian movement and opposing genocide, like reposting stuff, like supposedly donating, right? They post on their story, their public story, a picture of Starbucks. So what do? In small words, I said, this is embarrassing, you should take this down.
Mm-hmm.
And as an ally, responding to that would have been, oh, like, oh no, you're so right, I didn't think about it, like, blah, 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 let me take it down, cool. Instead, I get a college thesis essay back from this person in my DMs, talking about all the reasons and excuses in the world of why like they are the top tier, want to inspire activists, and that it was just like one thing that doesn't matter. And then and they were talking about being immature. Mind you, this person is damn near 30. And then so I just said like, this is weird, you're embarrassing. And then I blocked them. And then that was that.
Yeah.
Mind you also, part of this, I had posted on my Instagram a picture of a Chevrolet shirt. Right. This person comments back to me after I called them out for Starbucks, and they were like, you should actually not be wearing a Chevrolet shirt because they're directly donating to Israel and blah, blah. They were talking about fucking Chevron. Do we not know the difference between Chevrolet and Chevron? That's my question. No, you dumb fuck. Like, anyway, sorry.
No, that's real. Like, I'm sorry, you're stupid. And basically, this happened, right? but I was still following him
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't completely sure on like what actually happened. This happened within in the span of like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I see on his story, he's like subtweeting someone. Mind you, he's 28, 29.
He's old.
He's subtweeting someone. And I know for sure that it's Shane. I just think the audacity to come at my best friend, you know I'm gonna do something to you.
You know, like, he's met her. Everyone who knows Nadine and knows me, we're gonna go to bat.
Yeah. So I thought that was crazy. So I went online and I tagged him because I'm not a pussy ass bitch.
You never gave a fuck.
Never cared. And I tagged him and I was like, that's why you're stupid, that's why you're dumb, that's why
It's tea, girl.
I can't.
It's tea, girl. It's tea, girl. I think it's extremely valid.
I told him that he should. Yeah, I said, worry about that, and you're just mad because you're weird and you're stupid and you're ugly.
And
Like,
also, you had rhyme and reason to that because also he was subtweeting me and Angel who had nothing to do with the situation. And so that's why, okay, you're going to bring other people into it. Let's really talk about how fucked up you are.
Yeah. Anyways, that's just like petty drama. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if your friend gave you free Starbucks. Why the hell would you post it knowing that there's an ongoing boycott? Also, personally, even if someone were like, oh, here's like a free drink, I wouldn't take it.
Mm-mm.
Because I'd be like, why are you buying Starbucks? I don't care if it's free. I don't want to support it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I would never, especially if you're claiming to be like the creme de la creme of allies, like you should know better. Like you should, if you're that would involve no attachment to Starbucks whatsoever, right? And again, am I saying it's wrong to take a free Starbucks? No. Would we do that? No, but it's not wrong. But to post about it, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, knowing that everyone is boycotting it, knowing how much work the BDS movement has done.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, basically, so Nadine like goes off on him on live, but then she ends up like taking some of them down because it's like, okay, let's be mindful.
Yeah.
But then like I wake up to all of this and it was just crazy. And then of course, what did I do? I posted some shit on my story. But you know, at the end of the day, he was blocked. So at the end of the day, it was the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it was the end of the day. But I think it's 100% valid. I mean, yeah, this shouldn't be on the internet, but I don't care because I'm saying it right now.
Right.
So.
Never gave a fuck. Also, I mean, you're the one who posted Starbucks on the internet. So okay, it's gonna be on the internet now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is like us when we're like, I don't give a fuck about the situation.
No.
We talk about it 3,000 times.
I never gave a fuck.
No. This is not the first time that we've talked about
No, this is maybe like the 12th.
Mm, yeah.
You have a genius, dude. Very lesbian core of you. Yeah. Gender
Anyways.
euphoria. Yeah. So I would say that's like a pretty really bad crash out. I mean, not awful, but like it wasn't great.
Yeah. This is like a personal crash out. My worst crash out ever was when I went through my first lesbian heartbreak. That was my worst crash out ever, and you never saw that.
No.
But silence.
I honestly wish you like in the time. I think I didn't really crash out, but like mentally I did, just not like openly. Like when I got cheated on with my ex in Santa Cruz. Like we were going through that relatively the same time. So I'm like, I wonder like what would have been different if we saw each other and go through that. Mind
you, we were both going through breakups, and both of our TikToks
were insane.
If you followed me during that time, dude, that was the most cringe I've ever been. Like, you want to go cringe for cringe, babe?
Let's go.
Let's go.
And the way that I remember, because we weren't like actively talking at that time, but I would see these TikToks and I would think like, she is going through something like spiritual right now.
Mind you, it'd be like a fucking photo dump of me when I'm healed. A selfie of me. Me in the park.
But I feel like at least yours are deleted. Mine are still there. Don't scroll down on my TikTok unless you want to be traumatized, like dead motherfucking ass. Like
Yeah.
I would purposely like smear mascara on my face, and then I would put on a bummy outfit, and then I would go into our dorm hall public restroom, and I would set up my phone, and I would just stand in there and look at the camera like, and I would put a sad song, and I hit post, and it's
I
still
would
on my
comment.
account. And you would comment, and she would comment. Real.
I'd comment, I'd be like, girl, me too. For real. Just two hoes who are delulu.
Hella delulu.
Oh my god.
What?
Pride weekend.
This is
Mind you,
this is crash out of crash out.
this was the night after the fuck ass gay guy.
The taqueria story we told y'all about last episode.
The day after. So let's take a deep breath because we have a lot to unpack right now.
Yeah, and I feel like we talked about this so much when it happened, but we really haven't talked about it in depth since.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm like visually putting myself back in that situation.
Right. Okay.
So we're at the club. It's like Nadine, this other person she was with, our friend Jonathan, my boyfriend Daniel, our friend Angel, and like maybe like 5 other people. We're in the club. We're like, yes, yeah. It gets towards like the end of the night, right? We go to like the front of the club, and they were playing Chapel Rowan. So we were like partying it up in the club, and then we went to go back in the back area. And then when we were trying to meet our friends in the front area, that's when the crash out crashes the fuck out. So
yeah. So I'm trying to get through.
I'm behind you.
I'm leading everyone. And I'm trying to get through. You know how clubs are really packed. But the girl in front of me was not moving whatsoever.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh my god, this girl isn't moving. And we need to get out. Like,
Right.
we need to escape.
We cannot, mama.
So we go out, or I'm trying to get through. And she's like, what did she say? She was like, bitch.
Yeah, she said
We're
something.
trying to get through too. And I was like,
But she wasn't moving, mind
but
you.
you weren't moving. So I was like, girl, chill the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was getting through, and she shoves me like this. And I'm like, I'm cussing at her. I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
Mind you, I'm standing right behind you. I'm like, what the fuck? How did we get here?
Yeah.
When you were cussing her out, I came in because she's bigger, like, than you. So I was like, girl, I know you could fight, but like also like this girl, like, it's not worth it. So I remember telling her like, you could back like away. And then there was this one guy in their group, and he started cussing me the fuck out. Anyway, and then we end up going back to the front of the club.
Yeah.
I'm stepping out of the club, and then he starts cussing at me. Then he comes up to me, and I'm like, not talking to him. We're not making like moves to fight or anything. He just, well, mind you, we're all drunk. He shoves me, and then I fall back onto my friend Jonathan. And that's when I see like 2 little troops. Nadine and my boyfriend come like circling behind like some fucking video game characters, and they start immediately jumping in.
And I was dead ass. I don't even know if I was punching someone. But I was just like this. I think I missed every like.
No,
punch.
you did hit one of the girls a few times. And but like also my boyfriend was like punching with the guy, and he was like cussing him out. And mind you, like I'm like off to the side, and I'm trying to calm like my boyfriend down. Like someone was like getting you, so someone was like holding you back. That's why you ended up punching the air. And then I was trying to hold my boyfriend back, but Jonathan was also calming me down because I was like freaking the fuck out because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I just want to go home. Like it's not worth it. There's like cops out. Like let's be chill. But they were still fighting. And then me and my friend Angel end up getting like dragging my boyfriend away from this other guy who he was fighting with. You end up getting dragged away from the girl you were fighting with. But then this fucking the big tall
ass
butch built body comes up to me, and mind you, she is drunk as a motherfucker. She's like yelling in my face. I'm looking up like, she's like yelling at me like, fuck. I'm like, bitch, literally like, get out of my fucking face. Get out of my fucking face. And she's trying to reach behind me to punch Nadine. And
she was punching me.
Yeah. And then she was like, you've like fought my friend. Like she's talking about the guy. And then I looked at the guy. I'm like, why the fuck are you trying to fight me? Like what happened? And he was like, you pushed her when you were in the club. And I was like, no, I didn't. You could ask her. I didn't lay hands on anybody. And so we're talking, and he's like, okay, like we're good. And I'm like, yeah, we see each other. We're good. But this bitch in the front who is his friend is not listening to the conversation. So she's like still yelling at me while we worked it out on the remix. And she's all in my face. Her shirt ends up lifting up. Bitch! Full titties out. Her nipple piercing was bleeding. Was bleeding. And then someone ends up dragging her away. But I was like, girl, that is crazy.
Yeah, but this bitch tried to fucking like fight me multiple times.
Yeah.
She tried fighting me 2 times. And I was like, girl, I don't even know who you are. I didn't even see you in the club.
Right, like, who the fuck are you?
Anyways.
She was gone, though.
Yeah. I think also this story time is kind of hard because we were, like, drunk.
We were fucked up. But also, what shows that, like, we're in the right in this situation, they were so crazy and acting a fool in the street, they were literally escorted out by the police.
Mind you, there was, like, 5 police lined up doing no shit.
Literally not. Why are you there?
Fuck the police.
And then, at the end of this whole thing, there was like some girls across the street who were definitely giving quirkatrons but love them. And they yell at, I was wearing a brat shirt. They yell across the street, that was hella brat. I'm just standing there like, if there's a video of me fighting on the internet, I'm gonna crash the fuck out.
Mind you, we were shaking.
We were shaking.
I was shaking, dude. Yeah. But also, another club PR crisis. The trunk.
Oh, and it's all in the same area. This happened in the same exact place as the last one. So this is the night, I think this is the night where I was crying in the backseat. Yeah. Okay, so we had went to this one bar, and then we went to a club, and then we were gonna go back to the bar because our friend was sober sister and he was driving, so he parked outside of the bar. So we walk back to the bar. We all get in the car. It's me, my friend Jonathan, Angel, Nadine, and my boyfriend. We have like hellish in the car. Like we have alcohol we pre-gammed with. We have like all of our stuff in the trunk. The trunk opens. We're like, what the fuck is going on? So we go out to close it. It opens again. We go out to close it. It opens again. I go out to close it that last time, and I see some guy open it and run away, and I start cussing him the fuck out.
Because even if you're drunk, why the hell are you doing that stupid shit?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Right. Very much that. But I was cussing it. I was like, get the fuck away from the car. And then this random white girl who thinks the universe is about herself, who's not even in the direction of where I'm speaking or pointing, goes up to me and says, what the fuck did you say to me? And all of her little like boys who were with her at the club, mind you, these were like heterosexual people at a gay club. Why are you here?
Yeah.
So they all like come around her and start defending her. And then I got back in the car and I was being like held back into the car to like knock it out.
Now I remember what I was doing. I was talking to a friend at outside of the bar, and then I see like some commotion going on, and I'm like, I'm sorry, babe. I gotta talk to you later. So I was like, okay, bye. And then I ran. I was like, what the hell is going on? I see people yelling. I see a girl, so I'm like, what the fuck is that, bitch? Like, what is that, girl? Like, get the fuck out. And then I had to just come in, and everyone's like super tense, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? So yeah,
that's insane.
That was crazy.
You know what I feel like? Side tangent. I feel like considering that we're all men otherwise in the friend group, I feel like you're the most masculine one in like the best way.
I want to be a man.
No. Look at what you're wearing.
My friends,
look at what she's wearing.
My friends,
she is a girl.
My friends don't support me in my gender expression ever. Neither does my family.
I support you in your gender expression. Like
gender identity,
right? Because you are a girl.
Why not? I'll give you 3 reasons. 1, she's a female. 2, she's not a boy. And 3, and most importantly, she's a girl.
What if I don't want to be a girl?
Then you're not a girl then.
What if tomorrow I want to be a guy?
That's fine.
And the next day I want to be
non-binary. Fine. You can be I'll support you.
But you don't sound like it right now.
But I support you. It's just because every time you say that, the next day you're back to girl. Which is okay. Which is okay.
The thing that makes me so mad about this is that you're right. One thing is...
Why? Pose for me, baby.
Natalie Nunn! Hey, daddy!
Sweet gradation.
Sweet gradation. those are like our major crash outs that happen together, but I feel like we each have individual crash outs that we
Yeah.
like call each other right after one happened.
Yeah.
One happened to me at work at my ex place of employment. So this was like a luxury resale shop. So there was like many expensive things in the store. And I remember I was modeling like this $1,000 YSL suit for like the Instagram. And I like, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wear this on my lunch. So I'm walking around like the shopping area. And there's like a group of Zionist protesters like lined up. And they're like blocking my way. And I was on my way to Sunglass Hut. And right in front of the store, there's like blocking it. And I'm like, y'all are stupid. Y'all need to get the fuck out of here. You're literally protesting for nothing. Like, y'all are dumb. And I enter the store. Shopping around, yeah. I walk back out. And then I walk a little bit further down back towards my work. And then I see the group again. And this one lady, like, she was like, oh, I remember you were yelling stuff. And I was like, yes, the fuck I was. Like, I was yelling, and I started cussing her out. She started cussing me out. And then I had like a purse that I had not purchased on me that was from the store that was like $600. She slammed it to the ground, like pushing my arm down. So I threw my coffee at her. And I said, bye, bitch. And I walked the fuck away. And while I was walking back to my work, I passed like a couple of 12-year-olds who passed me and they were like, Slade. Girl. Crashed.
Was it a white woman?
It was a white woman. A bleached, blonde, white woman.
So I also have a crash out story.
Yeah.
About a white woman. I was picking up my brother from his high school, and this was my first time picking him up. So I just parked in front of the office. I didn't know that each parking space is assigned because even though like there would be assigned spots at like different parking lots, you could still park there.
Yeah.
Also, like, yeah. Anyways, so I'm waiting for him, and
She's old as fuck.
Yeah, she's an old ass lady. I rolled the window down, and then she was like, "This is my spot," and I was like, "Okay, I'll move." And then she said some fuck ass shit, and then just scoffed and left her car parked, blocking me from getting out. And then she walks away to go back into the school. And I'm like, girl, hold on. What the hell's going on? I said I could move my car. Like,
right, there's no issue.
Yeah. So then I go up to one of the security guards who's outside of the gate because, you know, there's like security at school, which is like super weird. Anyways. But I go up to the security and I'm like, hey man, so I just accidentally parked in her parking spot and I was trying to get out, but she kind of blocked me in. So could you go get her? And then I'm sitting in my car and I'm waiting. She comes out and she's being so fucking disrespectful. This bitch was yelling at me and she was like, can you even read English?
Oh yeah.
She said, can you even read English to me? Because she was pointing at the sign. And I was like,
it was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Bitch, what the fuck did you just say to me? And I crashed the fuck out. Because who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that, bitch? You see one woman of color and you're like, bitch, do you even speak English?
Go
you can hear me speak English now, huh, ho?
Right.
And I called her a cunt and I was cussing her out and I was getting out of my car. I was gonna fight this bitch. Goes back in, leaving her car parked behind mine. And I can't get out. I'm still waiting for my like little brother to come out of like school. And also at this time I'm like, dude, this is like low-key really embarrassing for my brother, but I really need to crash out on this old white. I called her a cunt, and then this old white guy comes out and is like, watch your language, little lady.
Fuck you. So
literally, I don't
fuck you.
And I was still cussing. I was like,
I'm like, you're grown, you're 21. Who are you to tell me that I can't cuss a bitch out?
Exactly. And that bitch still works at the high school, which is insane because she's a racist ass bitch. Then the principal comes out and then they're trying to like calm me down because I was freaking the fuck out. And then she finally moved her car. I was going to slash her car. I was going to get out of my car and bang, like literally smash her windows in.
You literally called me right after this happened while you were still at the school. And I was like, I'm about to pull up right fucking now. Say the word and I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah. No, because when bitches are like this, especially when it comes to road rage and like when I'm driving on the road, you bitches want to get bipped because I'm gonna follow you home and I'm gonna bip your fucking windows if you cut me off without putting on your turning signal, bitch. I'm sorry. Like,
You're
I'm
simply
mad.
just an Aries.
I'm mad.
And I think you're extremely real. Literally, if I'm on the freeway, this is never when I'm with people because like I'm not gonna do that. But when it's by myself, if somebody cuts me off, I will go the fuck around them and cut them off. And if they do it, we will keep going in a chain. We will go band for band.
We can go band for band.
And I think
though.
that's real. Also, I do use my horn a lot.
I use it for you sometimes.
Yes, sometimes you do. Oh my god. I was driving today and this one lady, mind you, this is Telegraph, so a busy ass street.
Yeah.
This one lady comes running out and I have to brake and she's like, you almost hit me. And I just laid on my horn and I was like, fuck you. And yeah, that's how I started off my morning. So.
Wait, that reminded me of when I was the pedestrian and I was walking home. And I pressed the light because there's like a light to tell people that there's people crossing. So I press the light, then I look, and then I start walking, and this fucking Porsche almost hits me. And then while I'm crossing, he revs his engine. So I start walking slower, and I turn around, and then he rolls down his window and starts cussing at me. So you know what the hell I did? I was yelling at him while he was driving
in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street like a tweaker. I don't care. I never cared. Fuck.
I feel like us talking about our crashing out is us crashing out.
I love to reenact it.
I love it.
It's like when you go into the shower.
You embody. No. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like when you go into the shower and you're thinking of what you could have said in the argument.
And you do it.
So you're like doing it in the shower.
I talk to my curtain all the time. Girl, I remember when I was in high school and I was dating my first like boyfriend at the time. I remember when I would be mad at him, like before I like called him or texted him and like blew his shit up. I would be in the shower and I'd be like grabbing my shower curtain. I'd be like, bitch, fuck you. Like I was yelling. I would sometimes, this is when I was in elementary school, I would kiss my shower curtain. I don't care.
You're weird.
But so talking to yourself isn't weird.
Kissing an inanimate object is
because
weird.
I was picturing like, oh, what is like my first kiss gonna be like?
You're so Maya. Shalele popalo.
I'm gonna die. That's why your dad died.
Oh my god, girl.
Why? Pose for me, baby.
Natalie Nunn. Hey, Daddy.
I'll say like, unless you want to talk about Bia Badoobie.
You know.
Okay.
This was supposed to be a part of our Berkeley episode, but we will be telling it now.
Okay.
Because it's a crash out for sure. So, I'm driving because it's summer 2023.
Summer 2023. Then.
We just gymmed. We were very productive. We went to work before we gymmed. And then I was like, let's go get dinner. So I'm driving to Durant and I'm on Telegraph. And I think it was like a Tuesday, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, no, it was Tuesday because it was Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it was a Tuesday. And I'm driving and then there's like this girl who's in the middle of the road that I was supposed to like, that was my lane. And I was like, oh my god, like, is she okay? Like, what the heck is going on? Mm-hmm. She looked very, like, visibly drunk.
Yeah, she was gone.
Mm-hmm. And she was in a group full of men going into the car. And it looked like she didn't want to get into the car. She was the only one outside of the car. Mm-hmm. And all of them were telling her to come in. And so I'm, like, driving closer, and I roll down my window, and I'm like, hey, girl, like, are you okay?
And you were so nice about it, too. Like, are you good?
Yeah, just trying to get, like, a grasp of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that literally, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, right? So I'm just like, okay. The guy, it's almost like his head turned like a hawk. He went like this, Nadine. She's fine. You can like go away. And then that's when it just like,
Yeah.
you want to talk. We're trying to just help a girl out, like do what good Samaritan should do because y'all are fucking men, big ass built men with this one girl. We're going to make sure she's okay. And if you were a real good man, you would just be like, okay, yeah, she's good. Don't worry. We got her.
Yeah.
But no. Instead, you want to cuss at us for just questioning who you are when we're just trying to help out this girl.
Yeah, and they were being super hostile and immediately,
to you especially,
immediately defensive. And I was like, I'm just trying to help a girl out. I don't know what the issue is. Like, I'm not trying to accuse y'all of anything, but like, don't be weird.
Yeah.
And then I literally said to them, I was like, yeah, I don't know. She looks like she doesn't want to go in the car, and you guys are a group full of men. So
because she was walking out of the car.
Yeah. And then he said some fuck ass shit to me that was like really rude.
I remember he was calling you a bitch, and then.
So I said, if you call me a bitch again, I'm gonna get out of this car and slap the fuck out of you. And it was quiet.
It was quiet. It was crickets.
And then he drove off.
He drove off.
Yeah, they drove off. And then we drove off, but then we were still super like, oh my god.
Like, you're shaken up by that.
Like, I hope she gets home safe, you know? So we low-key did follow them.
Yeah. No, we did.
But then we lost them, unfortunately. But hope that girl is okay.
We approached her so nice. We literally just said, we both were like, oh, hey, are you good? Like, in that tone, in that manner. And then just immediate, like, hostility. Like, girl, that makes me, thinks that you're trying to do something weird because why are you being hostile?
Exactly. It's like, girl, why are you being hostile?
Right. I mean, I think at the end of it, she was actually fine because she was like, yeah, I know these people. But still, it's just like, it's just rude on the men's part. And it's just like, men are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, because they don't understand how much of a danger they are to society.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they don't understand.
Not at all.
Also, this is Mac Dre, y'all. Shane doesn't know who Mac Dre is.
I have heard of him, but I don't know him very well.
This is Mac Dre. It says, from the bay to the river to the sea. And it says Free Palestine right here.
Also says it on the car.
Yeah. This is from, I think, a Palestinian artist. They were one of the vendors at the event that we went to, and they said that all the funds went to Gaza. So yeah, I got that, and I bought like some earrings and some stickers. That was fun. Bruh, what the fuck? Oh my god! Dude, the things you find in your pockets. I sound like a white person.
Okay, so what we missed out on last week is a very important part on our podcast. Unfortunately, she didn't make it into the first step, but what will be reoccurring is our pop cultural reference of the week. So this could be like a video, a moment, a meme, something, and that's like our vibe for the week. What's yours?
Mine is Mama, a girl behind you.
Mommy, a girl behind you.
What are you? Mommy,
Mama, a girl behind you. A girl behind you.
That and who is this diva? I love that dance.
Hello, who is this diva?
Yeah.
I feel like I have two of them also. My number one for the past couple weeks has been the orangutan, the one that's like, yeah, very much that. And then also, what the fuck do you guys know about Lulu? What the fuck are you saying to me right now?
What am I supposed to do? Forget you? What the fuck am I supposed to do now? I cannot even. Every time I always think about you.
What the fuck are you saying? The guy who crashes out. Like, that's his TikTok persona. Like, that is me. That is literally me. Literally me.
Yeah. I love Lulu. He's insane.
He's insane, and he honestly represents a large community that I feel so represented by, and I love that. The Crashouts.
Yeah.
Girl.
Oh my god. The clips of Nara Smith and Lucky Blue.
I got a Gotson on them motherfucker. Fuck.
He is grabbing on her tits while they're trying cinnamon rolls. Honestly, party. I think that's...
Wig.
Did you just say wig? I think it's
not your language.
And they're judgy too. So
yeah, they're hella judgy.
and I honestly wish they would adopt. Actually, no, I love my mom, but I wish like they were like my siblings. So
Or like a rich auntie.
yeah, hella rich auntie.
Mhm. Oh my god, pop culture.
Yeah.
Did you see how Gloria, is that her name?
Yeah, Gloria. I think so.
She is a black creator, like a content creator who tests makeup and like sees if it like she checks if it's inclusive or if it's not.
Yeah,
and
especially like because most of these brands are claiming like full inclusivity.
Armani, why would you send me this?
And then basically she tests it if it's inclusive or not, and usually like it's not. So then sometimes companies are able to send her back like products that are more inclusive, and
It's like none of it is defamatory either. It's not going in on a brand. It's saying like, hey, this product that you're marketing as inclusive is not. And then a lot of those companies have literally, because of those videos, created so many more shades that's now available to everyone.
yeah.
So like that's impact.
Yeah, but then people in her most recent comments, which I saw, they were like, why aren't you blending it in? Mind you, you can tell that it has a white cast.
Yeah.
Like, it has a white base.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
like people were saying like, oh, like this brand maybe isn't made for like everybody. Like, but YSL, which was the brand, was marketing it as something that's inclusive for everybody. So they're not living up to what they're marketing their product as. And it's
Yeah.
just fucked up in general.
Yeah. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's really weird. And people are so, like, stupid online.
Mhm.
And they're trying to cancel her and stuff. And I'm pretty sure she went off TikTok, right?
Yeah,
And
she came back.
She came back, but she made, like, a post basically saying that it's not a safe space for Black creators and
no.
Black content.
Yeah, and it's because there are people who have had like everything in society be catered towards them their entire life. It's like y'all are individualistic as fuck.
Yeah.
And stupid and racist and anti-black and all of that.
Yeah. So shout out Gloria. We love Gloria.
Yeah.
Love her down.
She is influencer of the time. She is my it girl right now. Like this week has honestly been like not too crazy with drama, and this is more like a last week into this week thing. But I feel like one of the main things was Cardi B and Offset drama. Girl, if I had $1 for every time they were like he cheated on her, girl. But then again, she also ate him up because she was like, well, bitch, I was cheating on you with like your dead friend. Crazy, mind you.
Imagine your man cheats on you and you blast him on the internet saying you fucked his dead homie.
You win.
You can't come back from that.
There's no recovery, babe. And Offset was talking all this shit online, like, yeah, I cheated on her, blah, 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 being hella disrespectful. So Cardi comes in and she's like, well, you know what? If you go to hell, I'm gonna go even lower. And she won. So I think she made Offset upset, and it's honestly so fucking hilarious to watch his crash out.
Yeah.
But praise be the Lord, do not let them end back up together again. Like, I swear, Cardi girl, he is below you.
Oh my god. Cardi B, like, okay, yeah, is she problematic?
She's had problematic instances.
But she's been pretty vocal about like things that are going on in Palestine and stuff.
Extremely.
Also, I don't support any artists or people that are Zionists, especially artists like Selena Gomez. Fuck that bitch. Yeah, so Zionists should not be here.
This should not be platformed, should not be given the time of day.
Yeah.
Period.
So if you're a Zionist, please don't watch this podcast.
No, it's not for you. It's not for you.
Yeah.
And also, we're here to say it's not our job to educate people. It's not our job for us to explain why you should give a fuck about humanity. So I think it's actually very embarrassing for you to like beg like ignorance to something like, oh, I just didn't know, or like, why don't you explain it to me? Girl, that's not my job. You should care about the world around you enough to give a fuck about what's going on and educate yourself, and if you don't, you're a loser.
Yeah, it's big loser energy because, girl, when I call you out for taking part in buying from companies that support Israel and we are fully boycotting them, and I call you out and your response is, oh, what else can I do then? That's not my responsibility to tell you what to do.
Exactly. Nobody had to tell us.
Yeah, girl, get on the internet. Get in the books, girl.
Right.
Like, read your books.
Mind you, you're on your phone all day, so you really don't have an excuse. It's not like you're not seeing it. We're all seeing it.
So.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. no tea, no shade though, but that I don't fuck with people who are ignorant. I don't fuck with any of that shit.
No, y'all are flops. Y'all are disgusting. Y'all are weird. And y'all honestly are going to look back at this and be like, damn, like, I was a lame-ass loser bitch. For real.
Yeah. So, basically, if you don't know what's going on right now, so Israel has been bombing Lebanon while also occupying Palestine of Israel. Like,
Is not real.
Is not real. It's not real is a genocidal state. It is committing a genocide, and there's no way that you can twist it.
No, there's no other labeling it than what it is, and it's a genocide. Like, and also there's no way to dispute it because that's by the global community, even that's what it's been recognized as. So there's no rebuttal to whether or not it's a genocide. Point blank period, it is.
Our place as US, as we live in the US, is to advocate for making sure that the US stops funding this genocide and stops being an orchestrator of this genocide. So recently, last week, Marcellus Williams was killed by the government. It was a modern day lynching. He was proved innocent, but was given the death penalty. And he wrote a poem about the people in Gaza before he had passed. And I think it's a moment to realize that everything is interconnected.
Yeah.
You know, Black struggle, Filipino struggle, Palestinian struggle, everything is interconnected. So that's why we should be in community. So rest in peace, Marcellus Williams, and thoughts and prayers go out to his family and his loved ones. And we are in the beginning of October.
We're about to hit 1 year on October 7th. It's
about to be 1 year of genocide. The ongoing genocide, which has been going on for so long. Like, it's just insane. Think about where you were a year ago, and think about within that year how many people have been murdered by the Israeli state.
And it's only expanding. It's a year later, it's 10 times worse than it was, and it's ever expanding, and there's nothing serious being done about it. So
it's also the International Day of Action. If you follow the Palestinian Youth Movement on Instagram, I think they also have a website. There's a bunch of events going on that day for the year of genocide. You can look at which state you're in, which city, maybe even organize one yourself if you're in a community where there isn't one yet. We need to show out in numbers, be in community for Palestine, and show the state that we're going to show up for the people in Palestine. We're going to show up for the people in Lebanon. We're going to show up for the people in Sudan, in the Congo.
All occupied people.
All occupied peoples. Like, we're going to show up. And we need to show up in numbers. So if you're able-bodied and you have the capacity to go to events and go to protests, please go. So, yeah. So also we have this thing called spotlight accounts. So I already mentioned mine, Palestinian Youth Movement.
Mine is Bisan. Also shout out her. She just won an Emmy, which is also very controversial because this is an institution that's also violently Zionist, but she won an Emmy, so congrats to her. But she is on the ground in Gaza, covering updates, risking her life day to day, and she's really on the ground. Great source of information.
Yeah. And then also there's an Instagram account called All Eyes on Palestine. So yeah, follow those accounts. We'll at them.
And just honestly, just keep up with, it shouldn't even have to be told to you, but it's like, if you're truly an ally and you're doing things in support of people at large, you should be keeping up with things that are happening in the world, because at the end of the day, it impacts all of us, and you don't really have an excuse because you're on your phone 24/7. And even if you weren't, it's our responsibility as people to care about other people. So
yeah, it's basic human empathy. And also, girl, I see you swiping past those stories. Like, it is on your feed, regardless of whether you want to turn a blind eye or not.
Right.
It's going to be on your feed. It's going to be happening in the world. Like, I don't know. It sucks that you have to put it in such like a individual mindset for someone to care. Like I hate that I would have to be like, oh, imagine that was your little sister being killed.
Because you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like an innocent population is being murdered.
It's being gutted. Yeah.
So, yeah. That's pretty much it.
I think that was a beautiful episode. I think we're getting in the swing of things, and we appreciate all of you for being on this journey with us.
Yeah. Also, the hats are because it's October.
Yes, spooky season. Chat, what do you think we're gonna dress up as?
Comment down below. We
will do something fun for each episode, but one specific episode for Halloween, we will be in costume, and it will be iconic, and y'all will gag.
Thank you, girls.
Yes, have a beautiful night. Love you.